Sure enough, it started raining again today. It's lightened up a lot, but it was coming down hard enough that I had to wait until it eased up to even be able to think about recording again. I'm gonna have to remember that the afternoons are just going to be super rainy, so I have to work really hard in the mornings. Otherwise, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get anything done in time. Boss! Ni hao, boss! It's okay, I put some fresh food out for you this morning. You're the first cat I have seen today. I was missing our kitty friends. I'm glad to see you stop by. It was raining really hard earlier, so I hope you are okay. Gosh, you're so cute. Oh, look at you. It's okay. It's okay. I'll stay nice and safe inside of my human fish tank, so you don't have to worry and you can just eat in peace. Ni hao, bird. Good morning. Are we under the table today because it's just pouring rain? Well, I'm glad to see you. You really make me feel like a little goldfish in a fish tank, just staring at me all day. But that's okay, because I think you're really cool. By the way, did you know you have your own fan club? You truly do. There's fan art of you now. It's amazing. Okay, I'll leave you alone now. Okay, Chips just left. The door just closed. That means the workday can begin. Yay! Chips just got home with lunch for me! That was so sweet of him to bring me back some food. Every day that he comes home for his lunch break, he stops by one of the vegetarian buffets and brings me home food too. So it looks like we have what appears to be probably chard or some sort of bok choy. This is actually a marinated tofu, even though it looks like meat. These are usually marinated tofu bits. This is carrot. This is, I think, like a zucchini or like a green eggplant. Oh, there's little tiny bits of mushrooms in there. Yay! And then we have a who knows, and more of this like fake meat tofu stuff. But the who knows stuff is still pretty safe because this is from a vegetarian buffet. So the worst that'll happen is there might be like some milk or eggs in some of this sometimes, but I don't think so. So we're gonna have a really yummy lunch, and I am processing some videos. Today has been a really good day. I've got a couple book quests done. I've got a Subnautica up and going. I'm just like snagging. I'm trying not to read too much to spoil myself in Subnautica, but I'm trying to like snag some cool images to use for the thumbnails, and everything's going pretty good. No kitty cats though. No kitty cats on a rainy day like this. Okay, this is gonna seem kind of random and a little bit weird to some of you, but I am sitting here waiting for Wolf Quest to finish processing, so I'm letting myself read my favorite manga again, and it's called Red River, and if you guys have read it, please let me know. It's a much older manga. It's also known as like Anatolia Red River, and it's so good, and I'm rereading it and I'm like in tears because I've read this whole thing. There's 99 chapters to this manga and I have read the whole thing multiple times, and here I am again, and I'm only like in the 40s at the moment, and oh, I'm like tearing up. It's just so good, you guys. So I'm really very much enjoying it, but I thought I would share that with you and just find out if there's anyone else who loves reading manga and what your favorite ones are. Red River, Basala, I'm trying to think of some of my other favorites, Pet Shop of Horrors and Pet Shop of Horrors Tokyo, but especially Red River. It's so good, and I would love to know if anyone else has read it. It's older and it has a little bit of an older art style, but it actually has like a heroine who does something. It actually has story arcs that have politics that actually make sense. It has a lot of my favorite elements, just light little touches of fantasy and magic mixed in with a really intriguing political system, very real human emotions and motivations, and if you can't tell, I really love it. So maybe one day I'll like talk about some of my favorite manga, but I'm rereading it again and I'm sitting here tearing up, and I thought I would just share that with you guys. Oh. I see you there, bird. There goes Bird. I don't know if he's going to stay because it's been raining so much, but he's on patrol, and it just feels kind of reassuring to know that you're part of a cat's patrol. And actually watching Bird go in loops around the entire patio every day actually inspires me a lot for a warrior cat series, because cats really do go out on patrol. I need to make my cats go on more of a patrol. That's just part of their nature. Oh my gosh, guys. Chips and I were trying to figure out when a good day to go to the Botanical Garden would be. And look at this. The entire country of Taiwan is rain right now. It is nothing but rain. Look at this. This is ridiculous. This is amazing. And look at all this rain. I've never seen so much rain over so much of one area before. I can't even believe this. This never happens even in Michigan when it gets super rainy. But then we were trying to figure out like, okay, so what's the forecast? Because maybe I will have some sort of tiny chance to be able to go on a walk and like it won't be super, super bad. Look at this. Look at this. Rain, 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 more rain. Oh look, there's some sun with a chance of rain. And then there's gigantic thunderstorms again. So next week it looks like it'll be a lot clearer, so we might go on more adventures together next week. Cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms, cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms, couple of thunderstorms. This is amazing. I cannot believe how absolutely chaotically rainy it's gonna be. And then into a month from now, it might be sunny. So I think I'm just gonna have to suck it up. I'm going to have to just accept that if I want to go on walks by myself and the big scary lightning starts coming, I'll just go into a shop until it eases up enough to make my way home, because I do want to take you guys out into Taipei with me, but this is definitely, how do you say, I was gonna say a reality check, darling, but I almost said a rain check. It's a rain check. I'm sorry guys, I feel like I've been really neglectful to the vlogs lately and I'm so sorry about that. It's been a bit of a struggle to start getting the momentum under myself to be able to get everything done for the main channel that I've needed, especially because Seri thought for some reason it was really smart to launch 2 big events and also try to keep all of our main series going and move to Taiwan for the summer all at once. But you guys have heard that many times now, and really, the people over the vlog community never make me apologize for needing to kind of shift my focus all over the place and slow down sometimes. So I shouldn't assume that you guys feel like you deserve an apology over here too, because the vlog channel truly is just a place to hang out and kind of get to know each other better and just relax. And speaking of that, thank you guys so much for all of your comments over on our vegan gourmet raw food experience vlog, because at the end of it, I kind of rambled thinking about how soothing to my spirit it was to be there, how nice it was to step out of the super hot city heat into this cool environment where people are serving me delicious sparkling water and like herbal rosemary mint infused water, and there were chandeliers of plants hanging over my head. And I mentioned how I really drew a lot from that environment of wanting to take that feeling with me and try to replicate it for other people. That sense of being able to step into a sanctuary, a green, calming, cooling sanctuary, and step back out ready to face the 113-degree heat of the day and whatever challenges that you need. And you guys, a lot of you commented that that's what our community is for you and that's what our vlogs are for you. And that makes me feel super humbled and really grateful and really happy. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for considering this a very calming, cooling, healing place, even with like car alarms going off in the background of the big Taipei city. But yeah, so I'm sorry that I haven't really had a good sit-down ramble with you guys. Well, I did yesterday, but I mean a coherent one in a little bit. I have been working really hard behind the scenes and in front of the scenes and obvious in mini scenes of getting our channel up and going over on the main channel. It is summer and that is one of the most important times for a YouTuber to be active. If you are one of the many people in our community who are also trying to figure out how to work your way through YouTube, a lot of people actually say that they're really eager and hopeful that I will start having more YouTube chats for my perspective of what works and what doesn't. Keep in mind, you see my numbers. You can see my numbers pretty obvious. They're right there on my channel of where our views are and where my subs are. I'm not one of the whiz-bang big viral ones. I'm not even one of the very big ones in the sphere of gamers who do YouTube, but I'm happy and I'm content and I'm able to take care of my family very safely most months now. And I'm almost 5 years into working on YouTube. And again, I work for myself. It's very important to remember that, but maybe in the future I'll be able to have more of those kinds of YouTube chats. But anyway, The reason I mention that is because summer is really important. It is a critically important time to make sure that you are up and going, that you're getting as much content out as possible, that you're timing that content during the time of the day when the bulk of your audience is going to be watching. It's important to try, if not new things, things that you know are going to be pretty solid and give you a really steady lineup for people to think about you during their summer when they have a lot more free time. At least if you're in the same market that I am, which is mostly to a younger audience, which wasn't intentional, but that's where I've ended up. So I try to be cognizant of that, as Chips likes to say. He teaches me vocab words all the time. The perks of hanging out with a professor, yeah? But I have to make sure to work hard during the summer. I've seen some really sweet comments in the vlog channel of like, I should take it easy while we're here in Taiwan, and that would be amazing. But summer and December, which unfortunately are holiday seasons, but that's why they're so important for YouTubers, because it's all about correlating yourself with the ad cycles too, are the most important times to work super hard. So that's why we have so much. Just to explain that, there's actually a lot of logic. There's a lot of deep thinking. I analyze numbers, I analyze past performances. Thankfully, because I've been doing this for so many years, I have a lot of data to pull on, to pull up from years before and see when are peak periods, when are peak months, when do holidays really get super active, when is there a slump, and the slumps give me a sign of if they're consistent slumps and not because of what I've put out, because I can compare my Google calendars where I've listed all of the series I've ever put out on one screen, and then on like the next screen, well, I talk like I have a 2-screen setup. I have one screen. I'm not cool enough to have dual monitors, not yet. But you know, and then on the other screen you can pull up how the views did during that time of the year, and then you can pull up how the revenue did during that time of the year. And if there's something where for like 4 years in a row the views could go up but the revenue goes way down, or the views go down and the revenue goes down no matter what you put out or how many things you put out, then I know, take a break. That's a good time to take a break, like January. But those are some of the behind the scenes sort of mechanics that are going on, and I realize that it's kind of stuff I don't even think about. More of those aspects of doing what I do that are so innate now, I don't even think about them, like having the setup that I do back at my home studio, my home office. And maybe that's why some of you are perplexed for why I would be working so hard even while I'm still trying to adjust to Taiwan, and when we're on this big adventure, why would I be pushing myself? And that's because summer is one of the most important times. YouTube's very much feast or famine. You work really hard during the peak periods, especially kind of at my size, so that you can ride out when it goes and it goes very suddenly, very quickly, and no matter what you do sometimes, because of where the ad cycles go. So somehow I got here. Really, how did I get on this ramble? But there's just some like behind the scenes explanations for why we end up where we do. But the other thing is, I'm happy. I'm really happy with what I do, and I'm really happy with over the last year especially, finding a balance between things I know are going to be successful and I know are going to be really well loved and mean a lot to my community, like Wolf Quest, like Warrior Cats, like Niche, which I also love, and things that make me feel that creative pride, and being able to work on special seasonal events and then have a rest month and then switch back to a seasonal event where I get to play the games that correlate with that like theme. That's really fun. That hits right the nail on the head with something that feels like this is what I want to do. And so I love that. I love that feeling. I love that feeling of meeting a creative goal in a new way. I don't know if it's going to be like a good thing for the channel, but it's a good thing for me as a creator, and it's a good thing for me as somebody who really loves checking those little boxes off of a list. So being able to do Summer in Space and Summer of the Wolves and kind of have a set idea of these series are going to run from this date to about this date is really nice for me. I'm really excited. It's an experiment, but it's also a creative project that has a start and a stop time. And with a lot of my series, those don't exist. Start and stop times are very new. There's something that you guys actually helped me to introduce back last October when we did some seasonal games for just that month. And I like the idea of shifting into doing games for 2 to 3 months at a time instead of just 1 month for the most part, because it sort of lets you enjoy and sink into the ambiance of whatever adventures we're going through. But again, I'm sorry, vlogs. I need to go on some walks. I need to steal the keys from Chips and go on some walks and show you guys Taiwan. This is the kind of stuff we could be talking about all the way back in Michigan, but it is one of the constants of my life. Building this community, creating, providing, exploring, adventuring. I love it. I really love it, and it feels so good to have jumped my nervousness from yesterday of trying new things, of just pushing through and finding what it is that makes me happy. I thankfully have reached a point where I can really focus on that, and I'm loving it. I just finished playing Subnautica, and it just finished processing, so let me set it to handbraking, because even while I'm talking to you guys, I've got to keep it moving if I'm going to hit my goal for doing all the videos that I want to get done today. And it's a big process. Maybe one day I can explain if you guys are interested, those of you who are into the UTV stuff. All right, let's go ahead and handbrake. There we go, start encoding. But I could explain the whole process start to finish of how I create videos. It's not secret. There's no secret to success in YouTube, if you ask me, other than just consistency, hard work, and finding that sense of happiness, because people can tell when you're happy when you are recording a video. And I've seen a lot of creators who stumble and struggle because they're just going through the motions of playing a game that they hope will be popular, but they don't really like it. And that's really obvious. And if you watch most of the people who you really enjoy just watching, then you'll notice that you enjoy them because they're enjoying themselves. And I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that's why I like to find the happy thing in what I do. And that's why I'm happy about our summer in space event, because that's a happy thing for me. It's a tiny little checklist of themed stuff that I can organize and I can check off, and I can be like, there, I did it. And then we might come back to summer in space again next year if it turns out to be something really fun, or we might try something new. We might find some series that will end up being like regulars, or we might do like seasons of in the future. I really love doing so many videos because it actually gives me so many more opportunities to try new things and to really adventure and just play with what we do and just try out all these adventures and see how they go and come back to them in the future. And I feel like that gives me a lot more freedom than people who stick to just like really strictly one video a day or even like 3 videos a week, which power to them if they can make a career out of that. That's totally great for them. But it's funny because even if I could do that, I don't know if I would. I mean, if anything, I'd probably focus on vlogging more, so you guys would encourage me to go out and adventure more because I would want to share things with you, but I would still have the urge to create. And so I think I'd still make a lot of videos because I want to do all these adventures. Today, in one day, I have managed my virtual villagers family. I've played Sims Freeplay and I'm getting it ready to record so I can share the Sims Freeplay stuff I've been doing with you. I've gone swimming in an alien ocean several times in Subnautica. I have played Wolf Quest and I've been running around as a wolf all in one day. And that's kind of the secret amazing power of what I do, and why some days can pass where I haven't taken you guys out on a really fun, exciting walk exploring a foreign city, because that kind of just repeat adventures and different experiences and different ways of thinking of different things and so many different stories to pick up and put down. I mean, look at how many videos we put out almost on a daily basis on the main channel, guys. I know most people don't watch all of them, and that's cool, that's fine. That's not why I put them out, so people watch every single one. I figure some people will have a favorite kind of series, a favorite genre, a very specific one, maybe a broad one. Maybe they just are in and out of a whole bunch of them, but I don't ever expect anyone to watch all of them because I don't think I would if it was me. But I play all of that. So everything that you see go out every day represents my mind picking up and putting down, being within, working with, toying with, examining, thinking of the future of, the past of, how to engage the community in every single game and every single story. And so my mind stays active all day long and engaged and searching and coming up with new ideas, and I love it. I love it so much. So I can get caught up in that, and it can kind of consume my mind a little bit too much. It's not just about checklist. It's not just about making sure videos are out. It's not just about sustaining myself and my family. A bit of it is definitely the creative flow, that once I jump that hurdle that I talked about yesterday and just move forward with confidence, you just lose yourself in, because you're just rushing. It's like you're running and running, and you've got the wind under your wings and motivation in you, and you're just happy and you're creating, and that is the flow. And it's funny because I always thought of it as like something where you focused on one painting, or you focused on writing one book, or you did one performance. But I guess for me, my flow is just the act of creation, because I pick up and put down so many things all day long. But I need to go on more walks. I need to show you guys more birds, more cats. There's a pet store nearby. I need to get the keys from Chips. We only have one set of keys and like 2 or 3 doors we have to open to get into our apartment. And I don't want him to be like stuck locked out of the house. But I think maybe on the next not so rainy, dreary day, when I've worked ahead a little bit, I will be maybe keeping the keys and taking you guys on a walk with me. But yeah, this turned into another work ramble, so apologies for that. I've been in here and I've been in an alien ocean, and I've been running as a wolf, and I have been watching a legacy of a family unfold, and I have been dabbling in Sims free play and thinking of all of the ways we could build different lots and stories there and engage with you guys. And I've been doing so much in here, and it's amazing and beautiful, and I love that. But I want to do more out there, and that's one of the reasons I made the vlog channel, so that I can remember that and take you guys out there with me and just savor sharing it. So I'm gonna stop rambling about this now because if I work hard tonight, I'm up to 6 videos, and if I push my daily minimum, by the way, in case you guys are wondering for more behind the scenes stuff, is 10. My minimum is 10 videos a day when I'm home. That's again, it comes into the act of creation, but also the harder I work, the better off my family is probably going to be. And that kind of motivation has no end. It is always something I can pull on and push forward with. So that being said, I think I might have to take a break soon. I've got some tea. This is actually a really cool cup. We have no idea what it says because the calligraphy is too fancy, but it's a really cool cup that Chips got at the university for attending this summer, and I've stolen it, and it has peach tea, very hot, delicious peach tea from the dwindling reserves of Celestial Seasonings peach tea that I have with me in it. And then Chips brought home what I have dubbed the om-noms for some reason. Don't know why. I'm just as silly in real life as I am in the videos, in case you were wondering. I think that's one of the reasons that he loves me. But this is my om-nom. And it's a really cool bread bun, and it's full of taro paste. So I thought it was red bean paste because it's so sweet, but it's actually taro root, taro paste, the same stuff you make poi out of. And it is taro paste inside. And I also thought it was like maybe icing, but it is kind of like the red bean bun that I had a while ago. It's really good. This bread is so sweet, and it's surprisingly low on calories. Like, it's 230 calories, so not super low. It's kind of almost dinner. But because we've been eating like vegetables and a bit of rice, like just a teeny little thing of rice that they give you at the buffets, we're safe to eat an om-nom. So he's been bringing me home om-noms for a snack to kind of reward me for a long day of work. And I think that's really sweet. He brings me lunch in the afternoon when he comes home for his lunch break, and then he comes home in the evening and we have dinner together, and he brings home food both times. I feel so spoiled. So I'm going to use tonight to try to get ahead on my videos, and then if it's not going to be dangerous lightning storms, that's another reason we haven't been going out much. It's been really chaotic outside. Like, watching the lightning hit the buildings nearby has been kind of scary. We've been unplugging all of our electronics. I haven't even been able to record, so then I fall a little bit further behind because like the lightning's shaking the apartment and it's kind of spooky. So if the weather will hold, then hopefully we can go on an adventure pretty soon. Taking a moment to talk to you guys about that has also helped remind me that as much fun as I've had in here today, if I can get ahead just a little bit more tonight, then we can go on a real adventure out there next time. So I'll see you guys then. Bye guys.